All right, next we're going to be talking and doing a series on some supplement education. And this first part here is just going to be a general overview of why I have chosen what I have chosen and helping people understand that you need to be a smart consumer. Don't just be taking something that you go into the vitamin stores and they say, oh yeah, use this, use that, because they're not always looking out for your best interests. So a little bit about me. I used to take supplements, and I still take supplements. I've been taking supplements for a very long time, but for about an 8-year period, I didn't take anything because the USDA and the FDA, they don't regulate our industry, this particular industry, all right? And so when you're taking supplements, you're taking a risk is basically what it is, because a lot of these companies don't have to fully tell you what is in there, especially if it's under the government's minimum values of what is reported. So they can put things like arsenic, mercury, lead, cadmium, they can put these in their products, which has no bioavailability, no use. The body can't use those particular things at all, and they just sit in your body. So it's very dangerous for you. And Consumer Report did a study on some of the top protein drinks about 10 years ago, and it kind of really shook up the industry, not 10 years, 8 years ago. And it really kind of shook up the industry, which was good because it needs it. The industry needs a wake-up call. They need to understand that these manufacturers need to understand that they can't cut corners at the expense of our health. Because I was young and I developed a heart condition called left ventricular hypertrophy because I didn't know enough of what to look for and what would be a healthy and safe products to be able to use. Thinking, my heart's racing, I feel that energized, that's, it's working. That's garbage. Anything that you take should not overly stimulate your body like that. That is very dangerous. It will kill you, okay? So if you're getting all flush and itchy and heart feels like it's pounding out of your chest like that, you need to stop taking that immediately. The other thing that you need to be looking at too when you're buying products is who are the people that are developing it, all right? Are they actually leaders in the field of research and nutritional education and science and stuff like that? Or are they just somebody that they got paid a bunch of money to be able to use their name? You got to be cautious of that, and what is their focus? What is their goal in being part of the manufacturing of these products? So you need to look at that. You need to look at who else is using them and endorsing them. Are they using the products because they love them and they know that they're not going to get them in trouble with doping committees and stuff when they get their blood and urine tested and stuff and so forth, because there's a lot of products out there that they may not be harmful, but they have things that will get people disqualified from their events. So you have to be smart about that too. What type of testing do the companies do to make sure that they are of good quality, that they're pure, they're banned substance free, there's no other elements that are going to hurt them, okay? So you're looking for third-party companies like Informed Choice, USP, things like that. And how many tests are they doing on them, all right? So, there's a lot of stuff out there. And, when they're putting their stuff together, are they just looking at this new fad stuff that is put out there and they're jumping on the bandwagon, or are they solidly doing great research to make sure that that particular ingredient fits the hype, all right? And if it doesn't, why are they putting it in there then? All this back in a few years ago, it was all bury this and bury that and this and that, and it's a fruit, all right? There is no one berry that is going to be better for you than another, okay? So use some common sense on that. Don't just jump on the bandwagon because, Oprah said something like, or Dr. Oz, or anyone along those lines. So again, we need to be smart consumers about this. And lastly, this is the biggest thing. And I get people that are like, oh, what do you take? What do you do? Is it safe? Is it? One, I don't promote things that is not safe for you. All right. That is just Get that through your head. If you're coming to me and you're asking me for my recommendation of what do I use, this is why I use it, because they test for banned substances. They have a sports advisory panel. They have a medical advisory panel that helps with formulation. Their formulation is based off of tens of thousands of research studies. And it's been around for about 25 years now. So, and that's really what it boils down to, is the longevity. And the very last thing here is that supplementation is just that. It is supplements. They're designed to fill in the gaps. They're not meant to totally replace, 2 meals a day and then a dinner like you hear on TV popped up all the time. We need to make sure that we're eating right first, and then we start throwing in these supplements to help fill in the gaps. Sometimes we need to really jumpstart and clean out our body as well. And long and short of it is that always make sure that you check with your doctor first before you take any type of supplement. It just makes common sense here, especially if you've got medical issues and so forth, because you want to make sure that this is not going to be, you're not going to be taking something that could actually harm you, and meaning that like if someone has got thyroid and they are taking the thyroid medicine and they take a supplement, that thyroid medicine will bind to that supplement and not get absorbed into the thyroid where it needs to be. That's this type of stuff that I'm talking about. So you need to make sure that it's okay with your doctor. Okay, so we're going to dive right into it in our next video.